Hello, welcome to my playthrough of Golden Axe, the arcade version. I have already done a playthrough of the Mega Drive version on my channel, but I thought it'd be good to do the arcade version too. So the opening sort of screens just give a bit of background on what the story is. So you've got three characters. The first one being Axe Battler, whose mother was killed by Death Adder. Death Adder is obviously the villain in the Golden Axe series. You've got the second character, Tyrion's Flare. As you can see, she has fire magic. I think it's her mother and father that were killed by Death Adder. Axe Battler has his magic is Earth, I believe. And then the third character is Gillious Thunderhead, who I actually used during my playthrough on the Mega Drive version. He has the Golden Axe, the mythical Golden Axe. His brother was killed by Death Adder, I believe. There are quite a few differences between this version and the Mega Drive version. The Mega Drive version actually has an extra level, and there's Death Adder. I don't know why it says Death equals Adder, but there you go. So we'll get started, get the game moving. Like I said, I am going to play as Gillious. He is my favourite character in both versions. Straight away you'll notice this little opening cutscene. A little bit more gore. The bodies actually stay behind as well, as you can see there. They don't disappear like they did in the Mega Drive version. I'm not really sure why they disappeared in the Mega Drive version. I don't know if it was some form of censorship or what, but I think in the original Japanese arcade version, it's not strange, that trap. In the original Japanese arcade version, they actually, there's like a beheading scene, I believe, right at the beginning. Certainly one of the sort of opening screens before you start the game, which was obviously cut from the Western release, as things always are. So this was designed by Makoto Ikeda, I think his name is. He obviously worked for Sega at the time. I think in about 1987 he was asked to develop a game. He wanted to make a game that was an RPG with this kind of setting. He was a fan of the Arnold Schwarzenegger film Conan the Barbarian. But because Sega was so big in the arcades at the time, it was sort of decided that, or he was asked, I should say, not decided, that he was made to do a hack and slash, which is why Golden Axe obviously wasn't an RPG. They did release actually an RPG later on based in the Golden Axe world, or Golden Axe universe, I should say, called Golden Axe Warrior. And the Master System actually had that. It's a bit of a Zelda, Legends of Zelda clone from the NES, the first one. Decent game, to be fair, it's not too bad. Certainly not as good as the Legends of Zelda, though. It's still worthwhile playing. There was also one on the Game Gear called Axe Battler, which was also very good. Well, I say very good, it's okay. It's sort of a clone of Zelda 2. There's a lot of sort of side-scrolling parts of it. So you can see here this chicken leg monster, animal I should say, or cockatrice I think is the other name. These sort of creatures are sort of vital really, they help you through the game, especially on some of the boss fights and things. So our sworn enemy Death Adder is in his castle. We'll take a shortcut through the Turtle Village. So now we go through the Turtle Village, which is also in the Mega Drive version. But the animations are better, the sound is better on the arcade version. Far superior to the Mega Drive. The only thing I would say that the Mega Drive version is obviously better for is it has the additional level. But other than that, I think the arcade release is superior. I don't personally remember Golden Axe in the arcade. The first time I really played Golden Axe was on the Mega Drive on one of the compilations, Mega Games 2. That was the first time I remember playing the game. I don't think I played this arcade release until it was released on the Xbox Live Arcade years later. Golden Axe, the enemies love to flank you and get behind you. You want to try and obviously stop that. And like I said before, the creatures are vital in helping you to get through the more difficult bits. Skeleton will come in a minute. Take those two down. Should get rid of her, and it's just the skeleton now. Skeletons are probably the hardest enemies in the game, to be honest, obviously, with the exception of a couple of bosses. They're a lot quicker. So just the same as the first one, green replenishes health. Unfortunately I can't take advantage of that because I've already gone down to 1, and I've got a full set of bars. It unfortunately doesn't take you back up to 2, which is a bit annoying. I've never liked that. The village was on the back of a giant turtle. The turtle takes us south across the sea. Many ports of this game, obviously I've mentioned the Mega Drive version, there was one on the Master System. There was one on, even on the TurboGrafx, I think. It's known to be not great. Keeping hold of this is really important, this big dragon. 1, because it fires fireballs, but 2, because it's really useful for the bosses later on in the level. In fact, I'm going to use my magic here to try and weaken these. Don't really want to lose these if you can help it, so I've just made a mess there. Oh, I've lost that one. Hopefully I can get hold of this dragon here. Making a bit of a meal of this. I'm going to have to wait for him to get back on the screen now, otherwise. Let's take her out. Get hold of this. Now the pink one is a lot better because of the fireballs, but this one should just about do it. Get 2 of those larger villains with the hammers. So it just helps to have a dragon to get through it. Maybe we should do a bit of distance, but hopefully I'll be able to weaken these enough. If you just try and trust only one comes out, unfortunately the second one will come through. Straight away they try and flank you. There you go. So now the best thing to do for this is actually try and lure them onto the actual screen, because you get the main boss of the level to come out. This should certainly take a lot of the damage off, and then I can use magic again. I can get hold of that one especially. Well, let's just use this here. This will certainly take out the final smaller enemy, and then this one shouldn't be too hard. The dragon. As you can see, if I'd had the pink dragon, it would have been even easier, but that's better than nothing. There we go, take those. And then we move on. We've come in close vicinity of the castle, but the way is packed by enemy lines. We must dare the fiend's path to reach the castle. That attack's very good if you can land it. You sort of bear down on them with the axe. It's quite difficult to land, but it tends to kill most enemies in one hit, which is good. But if you miss it, they avoid you, and then... So Golden Axe was a huge hit, obviously, in the arcades. the time. But unfortunately I don't have a lot of memories of it. As I said, these skeletons are very annoying. But if you're patient, then I'll say patient, and then I'm making these silly mistakes. Probably going to lose a credit here, to be honest. Yeah. Unfortunately. I used to, believe it or not, be able to do this game with one credit. As I haven't played it for such a long time, I'm a bit rusty. I think there used to be an Xbox Live achievement, actually, to do this with without using any continues. I could be wrong there. These aren't too hard to kill, but they've just got a really good defense. They take a lot of damage. When the skeletons start appearing in a minute, I'll use my magic, but I'm just going to wait a little bit. Ideally, I need to try and not lose another life, but I think it's going to be hard with these three. Two, actually. Might be alright. I think you possibly could get a green one now. Maybe that's better than nothing. So that's it now. I think this might be the last level. The Fiend's Path was a great eagle. We are taken across the skies to the castle. Now the final battle begins. Obviously this game is 2-player. Hoping to knock him off them, but unfortunately he managed to somehow flank me and get behind me. I'll try and knock him and then get him. There you go. Makes it a bit easier. Obviously there's the danger they could knock you off too, but they don't tend to. Now there's a dragon that will appear now, so I'm just going to run and then try and get on top of it if I can. There you go. You don't have a lot of time to react. Now, the key to doing this with 1 credit, which clearly I'm not going to do now because I've already used life, is to keep hold of this dragon. So you'll notice that I've, I attempted to use my magic there. Well, I did use my magic, just because if you can keep hold of this dragon, it makes it a lot easier, especially with these two now. Even if you can just keep it for this bit. They have such long broadswords, so it's very difficult to keep hold of. Obviously now it's gone, so I've got to do it without. But the key really to be able to do this is to obviously keep that dragon, and then obviously defeat these two with the dragon, and then from there straight onto Death Adder. I'll use the magic here, it's not really going to make much difference. This guy's quite strong. I am making this a lot harder than it is. As I say, if you keep hold of that dragon, it really is really easy. You just literally keep breathing the fire, but unfortunately that smaller enemy managed to get behind me, which is a bit annoying. should hopefully do it. There you go. So again with this one, if you can, I need to get a full set of magic really, because obviously I'm low, but with these, if you leave them on the screen, take these two out, obviously you want to keep hold of this, try and wait for Death Adder himself to appear. And then use this. It's a good little bonus really of getting it. This is quite... I find this boss quite annoying. Not so much the boss himself, it's more the skeletons that are just constantly keep appearing for a while, and then eventually they stop coming. But they're here for quite a while, and obviously every swing of that axe is it's pretty much well, yeah, it's a whole bar lost. That doesn't do much damage, to be fair. Once they're dead, you can pretty much trap Death Adder in the corner. But obviously, the skeletons are there to stop you doing that, I suppose. Otherwise, it would be too easy. I think once Death Adder's health is at a certain level, they die. But until then, they're very much here. As you can see, you can sort of trap him as long as you get your timing right. It's pretty easy. But if you've got the dragon, you're pretty much golden, to be fair. Obviously, you've got to avoid the skeletons from knocking them off you, and obviously jump when he does the yellow attack. But I obviously made an error there. This might do it, to be fair, but you can see how he's quite straightforward without... There you go, that's the end. That might just about scrape an A grade, but it wasn't the best performance, to say the least. But obviously if you're playing the Mega Drive version, now you go through the door and then there'll be another level where there's another final boss, or a different final boss I should say. But that is Golden Axe on the arcade. Cutscene at the end's interesting, all the characters break out the arcade machine. It's a shame actually they didn't use this as the setting of Golden Axe 2. Golden Axe 2 was released on the Mega Drive. It was very similar to the first one. It would have been interesting to see Golden Axe in the not more of like a modern setting. But obviously I guess they probably had other games like Streets of Rage that kind of covered that. There was another arcade game called The Revenge of Death Adder, which is very good. It didn't actually make it to console. It's a shame really, because it was doing good on the Sega Saturn, but I think Sega sort of mid-90s were making very strange decisions, particularly around the Saturn, so unfortunately it never made it, but a very good arcade game. I might do a playthrough of that at some point. That's actually a 3-player arcade game. We'll just see what score I got. As I said, it might scrape an A just, but I think I possibly used too many credits. Yeah, just, I think that was. Might just, I think 50 might be an A. Yeah. Usually I get over 100, so a little bit disappointed, but there you go. Anyway, I will be signing off, so like and subscribe if you like that. I will be doing more videos, mixture between arcade and sort of home console releases. Quite into my light gun games, so I'll probably do a few more of those. And I want to continue my Sonic playthroughs, so I'll be hopefully doing one of them soon. But like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Take care.